everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Bortles' Jaguars going up against Rodgers' Packers. So with that, let's get up to Lambeau Field. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule. Play clock winding down. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete to open things up. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 4 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Jared Odrick is fast becoming one of the best anchor defensive ends in the NFL.
Here's Rodgers surveying the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And the box that's highlighted is for Hearns on this offense.
Do you have your track shoes available? Because Alan Hearns is a guy that gets you on your horse if you're trying to defend him. He can take anyone deep and win on any route.
And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Fresh set of downs here.
Really nice connection on the corner route. This is a play where the receiver wants to set up the defensive back by moving him inside and then breaking back to the corner.
And the big tight end shifting around. And they'll go on the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Stop made there by Julius Peppers. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Mike Daniels continues to get better and better with each year. A nice run stopper inside.
Now Bortles on the bootleg. Looking and finding Alan Hearns. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. From the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very active.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Blake Bortles taking it in. And the Jags have taken the early lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front. That's
fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically,
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On play action, now Bortles. This will be caught inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route. Down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. And a give this time to the tailback. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Bortles to throw on second down. That's Hearns. He's got it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Hearns, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson.
All offseason, the talk in Green Bay was, we're getting Jordy Nelson back at receiver. We're getting Jordy Nelson back. And, boy, he announced his presence really well in the first game ever at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. The first touchdown scored officially, not in preseason.
Yeah, not preseason.
Regular season. Jordy Nelson scored it. I don't think the Viking fans were real happy about that.
And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Now a first down carry. It's Lacy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Rodgers going to give to Lacy on the draw. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and
this will be caught by Nelson for a Packer touchdown. Jordy Nelson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Denard Robinson, 28 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Well, while we have a second, let's look at the fantasy football world. Some of those guys that were expected to be elite taken in most leagues round one, how do you think they fared?
Well, partner, I should be asking you because I know you exist in this world in a big way, but it looks like the guys at the top of the list are doing pretty well. Odell Beckham Jr., Antonio Brown was a monster in week 1. And Julio Jones, he's coming along really, really well. And then the guys who run the ball, David Johnson in Arizona, boy, catches it, runs it, doing a great job. And don't sleep on Ezekiel Elliott. At 83 yards and a touchdown. Don't trade him.
They're giving him the ball out, that's for sure. And then D'Angelo Williams has been excellent. Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on first down. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. That one goes for 24 yards.